Hello folks. In today's video, we're going to talk about technical analysis on crypto. The highlight of the video, of course, will be this is my stable coin that I'm going to launch. I'm going to call it Sturdy Gerbil. So you'll have to stick to the end of the video and we'll be talking about Sturdy Gerbil. All right, so let's jump right into the charts. We're going to start with Bitcoin in the monthly time frame. This is the same technical analysis I do on any vehicle. Doesn't matter, crypto, precious metals, stock markets, economic metrics, you name it. You can apply Andrew's pitchforks to anything you can chart. If you can chart it, you can throw an Andrew's pitchfork on it. So here, Bitcoin in the monthly time frame, we can see that we've got this support resistance zone number of times where price has found support down in and above this level up until the current candlestick. And so this is the current month that we're in. So we've got a few more trading sessions before this candlestick closes. So maybe price comes up and manages to close above this support resistance zone, just like it has done numerous times before. So far, it's looking like Bitcoin is breaking down through that support level. Notice how the lower wick of this candlestick came all the way down and almost touched the median line of this pitchfork. In Andrew's pitchforks, what we expect to see in a valid fork is that price comes down and at least touches the median line and then does one of 5 different behaviors. One of those behaviors is a bounce off of the median line. Price finds support along the median line and then bounces. That's what we see here, and then Bitcoin rolled over again and currently looking for support. Whether it occurs up here, occurs down there, we'll find out. MACD is in bull mode, meaning that both indicator lines are above the zero level of the indicator. That suggests that the primary trend in this time frame remains to the upside. So bullish indication based on MACD, primary trend to the upside. Stochastics very low. I use this as my indication of energy level. And so very low energy in Bitcoin right now. And I would suspect that that's true across the crypto space, is that investors and speculators are not as interested in Bitcoin this week as they have been in weeks prior because of the Luna Terra. So here we're dropping down Bitcoin in the weekly time frame. So this is a shift pitchfork. We can see price tapped the median line, headed higher, and then pushed up. This is the first median line extension of this fork. Got some throw over to the upside. Price rolls over, briefly found support, dropped through all the way to the median line of the fork again to find support. Now price is bumping sideways within this support resistance zone and pushing up against resistance at the upper median line of this shift pitchfork. Got a lot of selling volume in the last few weeks, as we can see here with the red volume bars. MACD in this time frame is in bear mode, suggesting that the primary trend in the weekly time frame is down, energy is low. Let's keep rolling. It's Bitcoin in the daily time frame. We can see this is pretty much the same picture we saw in the weekly. Price came up to the first median line extension of this. In this case, it's a modified shift pitchfork. We got some overthrow, rolled over, didn't find support at the upper median line of this fork, actually gapped over that median line and then continued on a steep decline to find support along this horizontal support resistance zone. If we look, and actually we can't really call it a support resistance zone. It's really just a support zone because it's never been tested from below. It's never been tested as resistance, only support. So support, support, support. And now here we are again testing it for support. We see the price dropped all the way down to the median line of the fork before rebounding higher. Got a big selling bar, 2 big volume bars that were predominantly selling. Now we might ask, was that enough selling to be a capitulation? And I would suggest that it was not. So look at this volume bar back here. That's a big volume bar, big decline in price. I would suggest that that was a capitulation, and then we got a couple of more months sideways downward bumping before we managed to get a price rally out of Bitcoin. Similarly, we have a big selling bar, a lot of volume selling here, but not at this level. And so I would hesitate to call that a capitulation, which means capitulation probably remains in the future for Bitcoin. But that's just one analyst's opinion. This is Ethereum in the weekly time frame. And so here we can see we got the support resistance zone, price pushed up into it, dropped back, so acting as some resistance in there. Then we got it tested. There's support, 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 almost support. We could actually call that a bullish offset from support. Nice candlestick there, bullish candlestick a couple of months ago. And now in recent action, we've got price has dropped down to the median line of this modified shift pitchfork and actually dropped below. And so currently that's where we find Ethereum. It's below the median line of this pitchfork, meaning that that is a resistance level, and price is currently being squeezed between that resistance and this support zone. Our next level of support is down in this. Now we actually could call this a support resistance zone, because we can see here's resistance, resistance, support, support. And so not unreasonable to expect that there would be or should be some support at this level, assuming that Ethereum gets there. MACD in bear mode, meaning the primary trend is down, energy is low, 10-week moving average below the 40-week moving average. Let's keep rolling. This is Litecoin. Prices dropped through the support resistance zones, now below, just doing sideways bumping. Got a big burst of selling, but again, I wouldn't call that a capitulation. Support level, the next support level is down at this horizontal, what is that, 40 and change, call it 40 and change. Now in Andrew's pitchfork terms, once price moves through a median line, our price target becomes the next median line, which in this case would give us a target, down here somewhere. But notice that that's below zero, because this is zero, so most things don't drop below zero. So if this support level doesn't hold around 40, zero is probably the next stop for Litecoin. XRP in the weekly time frame, similar story. All of these coins look the same, pretty much the same. We have this support resistance level, resistance, resistance, support, 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 failure of support, and now we're below that level. Dropped through the median line of this shift pitchfork, tapped the bottom of the fork, the lower median line, and this horizontal support resistance level. And so currently just sideways action with a little bit of a downward bias. MACD in bear mode, primary trend is down, energy is low. This is the CIX index. It has the top 5 cryptocurrency pairs. There they are. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. Like I said, all of these things look pretty much the same. We've got a shift pitchfork. Price came down, briefly found support at the median line, plunged through, found support lower, got a little bit of a bounce off support, and now we've got sideways action. MACD in bear mode, energy is low. A lot of selling in the last few weeks, but not, again, look at this volume bar on this sell-off compared to this volume bar. I would not call this a capitulation yet. And the reason I watch for capitulation sell-offs, it's about sentiment. It's about investor psychology. In a capitulation, people are giving up. They're throwing their shares, whatever the vehicle is, they're just throwing their shares into the market, and they're saying, please get me out of this. I don't care how much money I lose, just let me out. And it's that extreme of emotion that clears the way for a new rally. And so until we get a capitulation sell-off, I don't really have any reason to expect a rally in the crypto. Maybe Elon decides to come out and tout one or more of them, and that'll briefly send them higher. But other than billionaires touting whatever crypto they happen to be fond of, don't see any reason for crypto to rally at this point. Here we have another index. I'm not even going to say it out loud. I discovered this one today. I don't follow crypto closely. I wonder why. Why would I not follow crypto closely? These people are laughing at us. They're laughing at people who are investing or speculating in crypto. I mean, why would you name something that? I mean, anyway, so that's this index. And here's the description. This is how Investopedia describes this index. Basket of cryptocurrencies with no immediate or discernible purpose. So this is a futures contract on a basket of garbage. Okay, whatever floats your boat. So technical analysis. So in the short term, again, we're looking at a weekly time frame. We have this is a shift pitchfork. Price came down, briefly found support at the median line, plunged through, found support at the lower median line of this longer time frame. This is another shift pitchfork. Briefly found support there. We're kind of bumping along at that level, although price has actually dropped below that median line. MACD in bear mode, energy is low. A lot of selling, but nothing to suggest there was a capitulation. So that's not capitulation selling yet in this index. And now this was the recent blow up, most recent blow up in crypto, certainly not the only blow ups in crypto. This is US Terra, which is supposed to be a stable coin, meaning its value is stable and that it is linked to something. In this case, this is an algorithmically backed stable coin, meaning there is an algorithm that supposedly provides value for this vehicle, and it was working just fine up until this point. My understanding is that we had a single seller come into the market, sold $4 billion worth of Terra, which overwhelmed the algorithm and then set off a cascade of sales. And so that's what happened. This is the weekly time frame. That's one price bar, folks. That is minus 85%. So if you were sitting in Terra, you lost 85% of your money in a single week. And of course, now it's down. You've lost all of your money in Terra. If we look at Luna, so Luna is the cryptocurrency that was algorithmically linked to Terra. And we can see that when the failure in Terra spilled over into Luna on May 12, they halted the blockchain. So Luna is not currently trading. Its value is zero. And you can see it right there, minus 100%. So any money you had in Luna is now gone. Now we can talk about this is my sturdy gerbil stable coin, algorithmically backed distributed ledger stable coin, which it just occurred to me as I was doing my chart analysis this afternoon. It's like, heck, we got 10,000 crypto vehicles. Why shouldn't I start my own stable coin? And I love this name, Sturdy Gerbil. Isn't that a good name for a stable coin? And just as an aside, this chainmail suit was for sale a couple of years ago. It was on eBay, actually sold for $10,000. So somebody paid $10,000 to get this. It's a handmade chainmail suit for a gerbil, and just cute as all get out. So this is my new stable coin, Sturdy Gerbil. And for those that don't know, here's the definition of an algorithm. Basically, it's a set of rules or calculations that allow us to solve a problem. And it can be programmed in a computer. And so here's an example of an algorithm, x plus y equals z. And so 2 plus 2 equals 4. That's an algorithm. And to me, I'm a software engineer for more than 30 years. And so, software, that's all about algorithms. And so in my mind, the idea that we could back something that pretends to be money with an algorithm, and that algorithm would somehow provide value. I mean, just mind-boggling to me, but you know, what the heck do I know? So here are the details, and of course this is preliminary. You know, I just pulled this out of my ass this afternoon, you know, the same way that everybody else pulls crypto algorithms. So if we take one adult male gerbil and we add in a female adult gerbil and some time, and of course some food and water, we get more gerbils. That's the algorithm, folks. And then if we rinse and repeat, and so more gerbils, and it just, you know, price goes to the sky because obviously there's value here. And so, you know, distributed ledger, that's the modern technology. And so, you know, I whipped out Excel, and this is my ledger. So on 5/25, I issued 10,000 shares or coins, 10,000 sturdy gerbil coins, and I emailed this spreadsheet to my good buddy in Texas. And so now it is a distributed ledger. It exists in both California and Texas. Now all I have to do is assign a value of $100 to each of these sturdy gerbil stable coins. And just like that, folks, I'm a crypto millionaire. And I'm going to leave it right there. I hope all of you are crypto millionaires too. Have a fantastic day, folks.